Hello everybody, welcome to my Python tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking about queues. So queues is a type of built-in function in Python. So without any further ado, let's get started with how to define, make and build a queue. Queues in Python. So queues are linear functions, so it's kind of like stacks. Stacks is another linear function in Python. It executes operations in a first in, first out manner. So let's say you're in a cafeteria and you're the first one there. You're obviously going to be the first one to get your food and the first one out of the queue. So that's how queues work. In a queue, you can add from the back and extract from the front, like you can do in a normal queue. If you want to go to the queue, you need to go to the back, and if you want to leave, you have to go from the front. Inside a queue, you can enqueue, add a value, or dequeue, extract a value. So these are queues examples. So we have students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all in a queue waiting for their food. However, a late number Q7 has to come and end the queue, has to come at the end of the queue. So he comes at the back, at the end of the queue. So he's the last one in, he's going to be the last one to get his food. Or you can dequeue. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all in the queue, and one just got his food, so he's leaving. So one's going to leave. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are still there in the queue. So one is leaving the queue, so he's being dequeued. So they're being extracted from the front. So these are the main operations in the queue. So you need to mainly define enqueue and dequeue functions when you're defining a queue. These are mandatory to define, or else you cannot make a queue. So enqueue adds a value to a queue, dequeue takes away a value from the queue. They're both mandatory. Empty returns if the queue is empty or not, and size returns the length of the queue. Both of the last two are not mandatory. So this is an example of a queue. This is how you define it, and this is a program that we're going to be making today about an airplane. So each airplane can board 10 passengers, and once it has 10 passengers, they're going to leave. So let's start with making our first queue. So you make a folder, 9th September 2023, and you put a file, queue.py. You can do this by adding a folder here and creating a new file inside the folder here. Make sure you put the extension queue.py. Anyway, this is how defining a queue will end like. So let's start from scratch. So we make our queue, we class this queue, my queue. Let me say here, def init function. Init's a function, so you have to remember this. Self is also a keyword, so you have to remember this. Self.items. Items is not a keyword, but in this case, it is good to use items. Then you have to do def eq. Now remember, eq is just the name. You can put Joshua there and it'll still work the same. Okay, it's still going to work the same. But eq is quite more descriptive than Joshua. So then you do eq self airplane. I'll get onto that in a minute. You can see me use airplane in a minute. So then you have to do self.append. You're putting in airplane. Now the reason this is not turning green, append's not turning green, is because of this. Because I haven't appended it to the whole thing. Then you have to do def dequeue self. If not is empty, You'll see why I did this in a minute. We have to do self.items.0. So this is kind of like defining it. Now the reason that is empty is underlined in squiggly yellow is because of this. I haven't defined it here. So I'll define it here. It doesn't really matter the order where you define. So def is empty. So it would end like this. Self.is is empty. The reason that this is not happening is because I haven't put self here. There. It's turning green. a second ago, if I had not typed this, though, it wouldn't have turned green. Now it turns green. This is because isEmpty is the name of a function. It doesn't really matter how we declare the functions or what order it's in. So defs items.self. Then we can do here, if length of the self.items is equal to 0, return true, else return false. This is just defining it. You learn how to do it if you keep on practicing and keep on referring to this video. Def size now. This will be the name of the size. Def size self. Return the length of, len is a function of the self.items. So this is how you define your first queue. All of this. All of that is how you define your first queue. Guys, so like a change of plans, we're not actually going to do an airplane queue because we need to be a bit more advanced actually to do an airplane queue. We're actually going to do the cafeteria queue. I kept on using a cafeteria as an example, so why not try it? So instead of airplane here, just to make it more descriptive, you have to do cafeteria. There you go. Then let's get started. Okay, so def main. So that's also just a function name. You really don't have to do anything there. Okay, so I'm going to make a variable called q, and I'm going to define it to this. My q. So this my q is referring to all of this. The q that we defined. So that's all stored in this little variable. Okay. So now we can also do for I. So then we have to do number equals int input. Enter how many people are in the queue. So the user can choose how many people are in the queue. Then we have to do for I in range for the number. We have to name equals input, enter your name. So we will number dot eq the name. I don't think I'm spelling it correctly. Yeah, so it's here. Q dot eq the name. Then, if we can, oh, we forgot to do one little thing. Here we need to define the print statement. So this will just basically print self.items. So if we want to, we can do here q dot print q. Oh, I don't know why. Now nothing's running because we forgot to close the function here. I have to close the function, whereas nothing happens. So let's say 3 people in the queue: Bob, Tom, James. So those three people are added to the queue. Bob, Tom, and James. Okay. Now we ask the user so we give them a choice. Would you like to extract someone or add someone? And then we do choice equals choice dot upper. So basically this just converts the whole choice into upper. So if choice equals, so then we could put here extract in capitals. So even if you put like this, extract, even if that user was putting like that, everything would be converted into uppercase. So that would be converted to that. So that would make life much easier. And it helps the user understand as well. So if choice equals extract, then you ask them, give another choice. Have to make this an int one. How many people must be less than amount of people already in the queue? Then we ask them that here. Yeah. Then we have to do here for I in range choice. We have to q dot to q. Then I have to kind of do the same thing for you have to just add here. Then we can just do the same thing. So we can just copy and paste, but then change some code on the way. There we go. But we have to change the code. For example, here we have to do add. Then how many people would you like to add? We don't have to put this message here. They can add as many people as they want. And you have to ask the name of those people. And then you have to add them. So let's test our code out. So let's say there are three people in the queue. Bob, Tom, and James, the original, okay? So we wanna add some more people. How many people would you like to add? Well, thank you. I'd like to add three more people. Their names are Jake and Michael. Now we forgot to just print the queue, so we can again here q dot print queue. So do it again. So we're gonna go with three people. Bob, wait, give me a we will go again here. So we want three people. We want Bob, oops, So we want 3 people. We want Bob, Tom, and James. Okay, we want to add someone. Notice here, I just did a lowercase add, but here I asked them for uppercase. This is because I did choice dot upper, which converted add into all uppercase. So let's say I want to add 2 more people, and they are Jake, and also we want to add Michael. So that's a new list of people from the cafeteria. Now let's do it again. So Bob comes early again. So does Tom. So does James. But we want to extract someone today because James and Tom were being a bit naughty. Sorry, Bob and Tom were being a bit naughty. So as James is the first one there, Bob and Tom are extracted. So Bob and Tom go, and James is the only one in the queue. Because Bob and Tom went and got their food already to escape their punishment for being naughty, and they just left James all alone. So James is the last person in the queue. So I hope you understood today's video about queues. Please check out my other videos, like, subscribe to my channel. Once again, a big thank you for watching my video. See you in my next video. Thank you. Goodbye.